It's the Drunk Turkey Show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Drunk Turkey Show. I'm your host, Daniel J, and alongside with me is Hyman G, who looks to appear to be frozen, and Big Blue. Hi, Big Blue, are you with me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. I see. All right, Hyman's going there. Today we're going to be talking about some breaking news. First and foremost, before we get started, I want to let you guys know if you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This type of material typically gets demonetized because of the words that we use and the type of content that we have. So to get the algorithm going, we'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. I'd also wanted to share with you guys real quick. Um, we have a secondary channel. It's called the Drunk Turkey Clips. It's going to be clips of our live shows that we put on here. That's all that's going to be. We would encourage you guys to go and give us a subscribe on that, especially if you like our shorter, just pieces of the live show. You don't want to see the full hour, hour and a half. Go check it out. Give us a subscribe. We would really appreciate it. That channel is linked in the description. So, guys, we recently had a serial spree killer. Maybe not a serial killer on the loose, just because of the fact that, um, he only, from what we understand at this point, it's only been, shown that he only actually took the life of one person, attacked two, one of the other persons survived. First and foremost, this happened in Sereno, California. Blue, were you aware of this incident?
No, not till I saw the report you sent us. So I did not know about this.
Jaime, were you aware of it?
Yeah, man, it came up on my TikTok. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, crap!" Like then, it kind of it reminded me of remember the movie wow, man, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it looked like Chris Farley, like what he was the attire he was wearing looked like Chris Farley's attire.
Got you. Yeah, he definitely is in a. He's in a. Well, here's a video of what happened. Just I believe it was on March 3rd, just on Friday. This is the suspect here walking up. He has not been identified yet. He has been just apprehended, by the way, and so we'll be breaking that news. But before we get into his apprehension, this is what he had done. Outside of view is a young man. I believe his name is Daniel. What was it? Daniel Chavarin. And he is a 17-year-old high school student, straight A student. And it's just super unfortunate what's going on. And, unfortunately, his life was taken. But as you can see, he's approaching. He pulls something out of his pocket. It's a large knife. And then he goes at him with two hands with the knife. It is an extremely sad moment. And this is while they were looking for him. He was on the loose since March 3rd. He had attacked somebody, an older man, 33 years of age, just a couple of hours earlier prior to this incident. And this is the man that they were looking for. Pretty crazy, dude. Broad daylight, random, non-provoked attack. Yeah. When you see something like that, what are your first thoughts or initial thoughts as far? Do you think this is, this guy on drugs, maybe mental health? What do you think, Jaime?
Oh, for sure. I don't think it was premeditated. I'll tell you that. He probably had that knife all the time with him.
Yeah.
I think it might have to, I think mental health had to contribute to it.
Right.
You don't hear about like a guy just, going attacking people out of the blue. Just like that without having some either drug problems or mental health problems.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And like I mentioned before, he has been apprehended. He was apprehended just a couple hours ago after a standoff. Report states that police around 7 a.m. had surrounded a home in Alhambra where they believe the stabbing suspect had barricaded himself. A large police presence was seen at the home at the 2300 block of Westmont Drive. The Los Angeles Police Department responded and requested assistance from the Alhambra Police Department, or police, I'm sorry. And the standoff lasted more than 2 hours before police were able to convince the subject to peacefully, what do you call it, surrender. And
Yeah.
here is a clip here of that suspect getting out of the vehicle. And him walking into, they're about to book this guy. No reason, unprovoked. Well, his name has not been released yet.
With no age?
That has not also been released. Well, let me double check though. A suspect has been taken into custody without incident, according to the LAPD captain, German Hurato. He stated, our crisis negotiating team, our mental health evaluation unit did an outstanding job negotiating with him and ensuring we came to peaceful resolution. They used all the de-escalation tactics and were very professional, and he came out and surrendered to officers without incident. The suspect's name has not been released. Authorities believe he's responsible for 2 stabbings in El Sereno area that happened hours apart on March 3rd. And it was actually Xavier. I'm sorry, not Daniel. The killing of Xavier Chavarin happened Friday just before 4 p.m. on the 4500 block of Valley Boulevard, according to Los Angeles Police Department. Chavarin was a straight-A student who attended Woodrow Wilson High School and was supposed to graduate in June. Man, this is super sad. There is a GoFundMe for this kid's family. We'll put that in the link in the description. That way you guys can, if you guys would help this family out. This is the young man whose life was taken, 17 years old, straight-A student, Xavier Chavarin.
You know that saying they say the good die young, right?
Right.
It's sad, man.
No, yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, it's very sad, man.
Prayers to his family, and it's a sad situation. No, there was nothing to provoke him. The guy just came out of nowhere, grabbed the weapon, walked up to him while he was facing the other direction, started stabbing him in the back. He ended up going into a nearby restaurant, attempted to call for help or emergency services, and while doing so, passed away. And so, super sad situation. His dad is heartbroken. He's come out in the news a couple of times. Like I said before, there is a GoFundMe for them. We'll put that into the description there. You know, a lot of people talk about, guns and things, but knives, in my opinion, it's more about the mental health situation versus the weapon that's involved.
Yeah.
Like this senseless crime couldn't, this poor kid didn't even see, he was facing the opposite direction, completely taken by surprise, didn't have an opportunity to defend himself. It's just horrific.
Yeah. I mean, it's like us, like waking up in the morning and going to work and this happening. Like you don't expect it at all. You know what I mean? Because you're just going through your day without, being protected of yourself. It's the same old day. Just different day, same thing. You know what I mean? And then this happens.
Yeah, man. That's why.
Go ahead.
That's why I love that. That's why I love that saying, "Live the day like it's their last," because you never know.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. You never do know. You never know what could happen. I mean, you got us to stay vigilant. There's nothing that anybody could have done in this situation. Except, this guy had some mental, he just looked, he walked up to him, just looks like a normal guy walking up. And then in a brief, it was slowed down. So it wasn't as slow as that in real life. In a brief moment, the guy just pulls out a weapon and just starts doing a heinous crime, committing a heinous crime. It's senseless. It's not, it doesn't need to be, doesn't need to happen. Yeah, I mean, it's horrific. And there's a little monument there for Xavier. That's his father right there. I couldn't imagine what he's going through.
Yeah, man, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, he talks about trying to just compose himself. See, his dad was named Daniel Chavarin. That's where I got Daniel part. My apologies. He's Xavier's father. Our prayers, man. Our prayers for you and your family, and hopefully justice is served sweetly. Do you guys have any last comments about this case before we close it out?
We have a real big, major mental health crisis here, in the United States, I believe. Um, and then this past couple of years have been real tough on everybody.
Yeah.
And it all adds to that fuel at the end.
Yeah.
There's always people who do have mental health issues. They need to know that they have people out there that they can talk to, and they can reach out to. That way, they can, help themselves.
Right. And I think it's also comes down to, us as people looking at our family members, and if we see something, within our own family, because sometimes, I don't know this guy that committed this crime
Mm-hmm.
or what he was going through in his head or whatever the case may be. The police talked about mental health assistance. And so one would allude that there was probably some sort of mental health crisis or mental health issue that is going on here with this man. He may not know or see the signs that he has a mental health problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it could be up to us as family members of people to get those people their help that they need, so that way this type of stuff doesn't occur. I know it's almost impossible to keep an eye out on people or you're, at all times and things like that. But, if you see somebody going through a hard time or they're acting strange or maybe perhaps taking some type of heavy narcotic and whatnot, and just try to talk to them if they're a family member or a friend of yours, and try to get them to seek the help that they need, so that way things like this don't happen in the future, because you can't prepare for this. You're just standing on the street waiting for your mom to pick you up from school.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you just putting a hand out to somebody or telling somebody how you doing might help their day and might help them, think twice about doing certain things, man. But this guy, something was wrong with him, and he took it out on an innocent kid. So my thoughts and prayers go out to the family.
Yep.
Yeah. So with that said, guys, we're going to close this out. We'll be on tonight. We're going to be talking about the family the victims that crossed over into Mexico and got attacked got in the midst of some cartel gang-related issues that were going on out there. We're going to talk about how random was that shooting and that event. Is there more to that story? You don't want to miss it. So hit that like and subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way you're notified of all of our segments and our daily lives. With that being said, we're the Drunk Turkey Show. Have a good day. See you later. Peace.
Peace out, guys.